What's your opinion on tipsters? There seems to be a lot of them around.
Tipsters, yeah, there's a lot of tipsters around, and there always have been, and I'm sure there always will be. And, you know, people always, to say people always want something for nothing, that's not really what, that's not really the point of what I'm trying to say. I think what I'm trying to say, or what I should be saying, is that we all could do with some guidance, and we all want to think that we're doing the right thing. We don't want to think that we've missed an opportunity. And at the same time, some of that's it's quite hard work to sort of do all the homework that you need to do to be a successful trader. So if someone is offering to do that for you, then great, fine, okay, that's an attractive proposition. It depends, of course, what their track record is like, how much they are charging for their service, and really what they're offering.
Well, I mean, most tipsters don't have a record much better than 50%. So, what, you know, how do you respond to that statistic?
Well, I mean, my view is that you know, trading for yourself isn't easy, but you're much better off making your own mistakes. So, you know, I believe in sort of doing your own homework. Then you're not holding up someone else to blame when things go wrong. You know, you've done your homework, you've looked at the market, you've decided where to make the trade, your entry level, your exit level, everything like that. And it's down to you at the end of the day if it goes wrong. If you're relying on a tipster, I mean, you're almost, you know, you're flying blind a bit, because, you know, and unless this is a sort of constant, ongoing, immediate thing where the guy's saying, yeah, well, you've got to get in at this level, you're going to get out at that level. Oh, hang on, something's changed, therefore my view has changed, I need to update you on this, you need to be out now because of this. You know, this is the kind of dynamic that you have in trading, and really that's what a tipster needs to give you.
Yeah, well, that's sort of, I think you've just answered this. Most tips only suggest an entry, and what about exit strategy, etc.?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is an incredibly important part of trading. I mean, it's planning the actual trade, and just as much as you need to know where you're going to get into the market, picking your level, you need to have some idea where you're going to get out. You need an idea of when you're going to get out when it's going well, or has worked for you. You also need to have an idea of when it's not worked, when the trade is just, you know, you've got it wrong. So you need to have an idea of a limit and a stop right from the word go, from before you even actually get the trade on board.
Do you think tipsters that offer that kind of service would be, you know, better service to somebody who didn't know much?
Definitely, definitely.
Are there any out there?
I have seen tips. I'm sure, I can't really name any, but I am sure that I have seen online, certainly, people who have said, look, here's a chart of whatever, and it tends to be currency pairs, thinking about it. You know, here's the dollar yen or whatever. We've come off a bit. I think this is a buying opportunity here. Look to take so much on the upside, but if we break below here, you want to be out. I mean, and that's kind of useful, actionable advice. And I have seen that in FX markets. But then again, it's a question, you know, that the FX market is still, I won't say it's like the Wild West, but there is less regulation on there. And you've got to look at sort of what, you know, the tipster, where's the tipster coming from? Is he allied to a particular firm? Is he independent? You know, what's his background? What's he gaining from it? What you know, and how is he making his money, if you like?
There are millions of books and websites that teach trading strategies, but most don't work. What's your opinion on that?
Yes, there are millions of books out there about trading strategies. I've found some helpful. I mean, there are some people who write very clearly and entertainingly about the markets, who are not there to preach, who have experience, and that these are people worth listening to. I mean, but some of the best books I've read are things like, I mean, one of the best books that I've read is Memories of a Stock Operator by Edwin Lefebvre, and that, you know, that's talking about back at the beginning of the 20th century and the U.S. Stock Exchange, American Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange then. You know, and that was an interesting book, but there was an insight into trading psychology. In terms of sort of pure books for technical analysis. Yeah, I mean, there are some very interesting. There's some very interesting stuff out there. Some of it is highly complex, and certainly well beyond my abilities to sort of take in or use sensibly or profitably. But I'm quite sure that there's an awful lot of people out there who are writing because they firmly believe in what they're saying.